Hi students, it's Miss Carol. We are on lesson 27, unit 6, and in this lesson we are focusing on piecewise functions. And the background for this one is that the Park District Kickball League is ordering t-shirts from a local screen printing company. If they purchase less than 25 shirts, the total cost is represented by the function f of x equals 20x. If they purchase at least 25 but less than 45, the cost is represented by the function f of x equals 17x. And if they purchase 45 or more, the cost is represented by the function f of x equals 13x. So we're going to use our knowledge of piecewise functions to write out a function that represents the total cost. So let's go ahead and draw this out. It's kind of interesting, and I think it will kind of clarify some things for us. So if we make our coordinate plane like this, where we've got cost on the y-axis and number of shirts on the x-axis, we can kind of divide this into 3 subdomains. We've got 25, okay? We've got, and so anything less than 25 is going to be 20x. Anything between or 25 to 45, or essentially 44, is going to be 17x, and anything above or including 45 will be 13x, okay? But the thing is that if I purchase up to 24 shirts, okay, my function is, it's going to be pretty steep, right? It's going to be 20x, okay? It's a linear function, okay? Now, that doesn't go to 25 per se, like I don't just follow that to 25. What happens is that if I hit 25 shirts, okay, then all of my shirts are going to be the price of 17x. And so this is going to, even at, let's see, so it's gonna look like this, assuming a minimum of 25, and it's gonna be kind of less steep, okay? And then for anything 45 and over, you know, my costs are going to be, as such, less steep, okay, than either of the other two. All right, so what's happening is if I hit 25, I'm going to jump from that function to that function. And if I hit 45, I'm going to jump from 17 to 13x, okay? So each of these little intervals is a subdomain, and they want to know what's the subdomain of 20x. Well, that subdomain is going to be 0 is less than or equal to x, which is less than 25, okay? We can't have the less than or equal 25, because if we go to 25, then we jump into that new price range, okay? The next problem or question is, what is the subdomain that applies to our 17x? Well, that is where we're going to include the 25, but we're not going to include 45. So we have less than or equal, 25 is less than or equal to x, which is less than 45. All right. And then finally, the subdomain that applies for 13x is anything over 45. Okay, that's the lowest price they're going to do for us. All right. So the piecewise function that models this situation is a continuous function. All right, a continuous function is if it, you know, went like this. Okay, and it stayed, we were connected in each scenario, but that's not what happens. We jump from one function to the next based on our subdomain. Okay, so this would be a false statement because the function has jump discontinuities. All right, And I think I can erase this. Let's just see here. 41 people in the league need a new t-shirt. How much will it cost if 41 t-shirts are ordered? And the answer here is going to be 41 times 17 because we're in this little range right here. Okay, 41 is going to be somewhere in here. So 41 times 17 is 697. Okay, and then the last question, it's a good question, and it helps us to realize our league coordinator is on the ball. So the organizer of the league figures out they can get a better deal if they order more t-shirts than are needed. How many t-shirts should they order? Explain mathematically why you think this is the best option. And so what I would do for this is I would first say, okay, well, you know, the next best price is $13. How many could I get for $13 a piece? So I would divide 697 by 13, and I can see that that's 53 shirts. Why do I keep writing $sign? 53 shirts that I could get at a price of $13 each for what I was willing to pay for 41 shirts at $17 a piece. So, but the truth is we don't need 53 shirts. We need 41, but we could save some money by ordering the minimum number of shirts at 45. So then what we do is say, all right, well, I could get 45 shirts for $13 a piece, and that is $585, which is definitely less than I was going to spend before, and I still have 4 extra shirts. So I've kind of typed this out here. I think both of these things are worth it. We know that we could get 53 shirts for $697 at $13 a piece. So we know we have a better deal just by ordering more shirts. The minimum order for $13 a piece is 45, which is only 4 more than we need. So 13 times 45 is 585, which is $112 savings, and we end up with 4 extra shirts. This is a much better deal. All right, that is all I have for lesson 27. I will meet you back here for lesson 28. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me here.